When I was in the throes of a very serious gambling addiction, I was living a lie, and that's common of many forms of addiction. So I had told myself that I was a good player, that I had some skill that I ultimately didn't have, that I had a system that didn't matter. It's a game of chance, and I paid a very dear price for the road that I went down. And gambling is one of the most serious forms of addiction because it's immediately destructive to your life financially and on your health. So it's a really bad one. My game of choice was blackjack, and because I was playing online, I was able to bet very large. I was playing $500 hands, and there was nobody around to kind of give you that strange look or any kind of checks and balances. It was just me against my computer, and so I was able to bet very serious amounts for a very long time without anybody knowing, and it cost me a lot of, quite a bit of money. I lost well over $500,000 doing this. One of the things that people can do when they're playing online as their form of choice is to exclude from that account, and you can choose your own time frame to do so. And at the time that I was doing it, I checked out for, I think, periods of 3 months, 6 months. I could have checked out for longer, but I chose not to. Ultimately, I thought I could kind of get things under control and go back to playing like a normal person, and that's just not the way it panned out. There are actually resources that I could have taken advantage of while I was excluded, such as free counseling offered by the province. There's a number of programs that I think the corporation is involved in, but I didn't know about them at the time, and I now know about them, so I would encourage anybody with this kind of a problem to kind of make those inquiries as soon as possible and avail yourself of the resources that are out there. They're very good. I realized very early when I had a problem. I realized almost instantly I just didn't have the ability to do anything about it. I was at that point well into an addictive pattern that I couldn't control. So although I knew it was happening, I just couldn't do anything about it. So I decided to go down this path with either the sink or swim mentality, and if I sank, I was going to sink all the way, and it was a very scary place for me to be. The scary one is when people think that they don't have a gambling problem and they don't know. Denial is a powerful thing and it's scary, but you just have to try and question your beliefs as often as you can and look at the facts, and don't focus on your wins and and ignore the losses. You have to look at how much you're actually putting in and how much you're taking out, and if that equation is falling on the wrong side, you have a problem, and you should seek help, and you should talk to the people that are close to you, that love you and want to see you live a healthy, productive life. Life is amazing now. I have to say I've been living a very, very exciting life for about 1.5 years now. I'm full of passion. I'm always smiling. I feel healthy. I don't drink. I don't gamble. I feel strong mentally. I have bipolar II disorder, and I'm on only 2 prescriptions now, whereas when I went into residential treatment, I was on 5. Sort of the perception, I think, is that you go into these places and they drug you up and you come out okay. That's not the case. I went into treatment and I got taken off medication that I was previously on. I was signed up for 3 months in treatment, and I was told I'm good to go after 6 weeks, so that they really want you to help and get you better living a productive life. So life is good. I'm ultimately responsible, so I blame myself to a certain degree. That doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. I did something bad. I did a bad thing. That doesn't mean I'm going to suffer that for the rest of my life. I changed, and I think I'm a very good person, and I'm living my best life going forward.
Is there hope?
There's always hope. There is really always hope, and certainly in my case, there's tons of hope. Yes. And I had lost that for a very long time, and that's what was the most scary place to be. But yeah, there's always hope.